Hi!
Hello,
Hello!
welcome.
Welcome again.
Sandali
And
lang.
today our host
There we
is
go.
Hi.
Hi, hello. How's everyone today?
Good. And magsa-sound trip din ako sa gilid natin ng lo-fi music.
Sige.
Sige lang.
So welcome everybody. So we are Ménage
Ménage.
Trois
Wow.
under Alab Assembly. So welcome sa ating podcast today. All right. So ang ating before we get into our topic today, magkamustahan muna tayo.
Yes.
Alright. Kamusta ang weekend natin?
Mga nangyayari ngayong weekend. Di ba? Sa Pilipinas, maganda yung nangyari. Dito, maganda rin
Yes.
yung nangyari. Yes.
So yeah. So
And-
let's also start by introducing ourselves.
Yes.
So again, I'm Sky.
I'm Pao.
And Julie, me.
All right. So what happened yesterday sa Pilipinas?
So the Medical Cannabis Party held this event at the Commissions on Human Rights building.
Mhm.
So nagkaroon sila ng pagtitipon doon regarding medical cannabis. And ang daming nag-attend, even yung may bike assembly din sila. So nag-bike
Yes.
sila. Yeah.
Mas ang saya.
Yes, check out nyo yung Medical Cannabis Party Facebook and you'll see there yung updates. And Pao, you should check it out too para makita mo
Yes.
ang daming
Yes.
nag-participate. So, kumbaga, hindi talaga tayo nag-iisa. Marami tayo. Yes.
Yes. So, just a little intro. So, Medical Cannabis Party are our advocates sa Pilipinas na to support and not to punish medical cannabis. So, I think ang sinusulong nila ay medical cannabis sa Philippines. So, sila po ay isang party list, correct?
Yes.
Tama?
Party list ba?
Party list.
Yes. There's
Okay.
going to be a party list for elections 2022.
That's
And
right.
that is for Philippine Medical Cannabis. So, wag po natin kalimutan mag-register at bumoto.
Bumoto. Alright. Ang galing talaga ni Julie. Convinced. Convinced. Ako'y baboto sa May 2022.
Yes.
Alright.
Guys, good morning nga natin yung mga nag-comments for now para rin sila. Welcome natin sila.
Oh.
And Sky, yes. Ikaw naman magbasa ng comments nila.
Oh. Cabrera, good morning. Beautiful, stay sharp and critical. Aba, yes.
Yes.
That's our plan today.
Thank you.
Morning!
J-Reviews, shout out kita J-Reviews. Hello,
Yes.
thank you.
Keep natin yan si J-Reviews. And now si Jason Vergara. Good morning. Keep safe. Thank you. Keep safe ka din. Good morning, Philippines. Dito sa California, gabi na. Actually, it's 6 p.m.
6 p.m. na
6 p.m.
Maliwanag na maliwanag din talaga. Sky, that's for you.
Alright, ikaw naman Pao, how you been?
Ako naman, it was a very busy week. It was a very busy week. And then earlier today, I was at the ferry building helping my uncle with his business. So, exciting kasi maraming tao ngayon talaga sa ferry building at the farmers market. And I think yung mga tao rin doon sa ferry building, like the authorities, they're very strict when it comes to wearing a mask sa loob mismo ng ferry building. But if you're outside the ferry building, it's fine if you're not wearing a mask, but be mindful about social distancing. But people are out there, alam mo yun, they're trying to get back
Normal.
to normalcy, to normal.
Actually, kakaling ko lang rin ng San Francisco kanina because I was checking out yung Malaya Botanicals. Malaya Botanicals, CBD company siya, owned by a Filipina. So, actually, pioneer siya, Filipina-owned CBD company here in the Bay Area. And, yes, ang ganda ng experience kasi yung mga lumalapit sa booth ng CBD, we somehow, alam mo yung nag-a-apply yung advocacy because we're explaining to them the medical benefits of the CBD. We're explaining ano ba yung difference ng full spectrum versus isolates, ganyan. Kasi ang full spectrum na CBD, meron pa rin siyang THC, but since it's a CBD product, they make sure that it's less than or 0.3% or less THC lang ang pwede din sa CBD product.
Yeah.
But if
So,
isolate, complete CBD lang talaga siya.
And walang
so
amoy.
hindi nakaka-high, guys. So
Hindi
let's just make it
nakaka-high.
clear.
So it's
Pure CBD doesn't get you high.
Yeah, maraming mga elderly na rin na mga puti na pumunta sa booth namin. May mga complaints sila sa back pain. So, yeah, we had to explain the product, how it's gonna help them. Tapos, Kai, since may aso ka rin kasi, marami rin pumunta for the pet treats and the pet feature.
Look at that.
Because parating na ang July 4th, which is,
Yes.
our celebration here for independence sa Amerika. So,
Madaming
maraming fireworks. Maraming aso na, alam mo na, may anxiety sila pagdating sa fireworks. So, yun doon, nadaming bumili for their pets.
That's
which
good.
is
That's good.
Oh. Ang cute naman.
That's
nun.
right.
Mm-mm.
What's the company called again?
Malaya Botanicals.
Malaya
And
Botanicals.
we're also gonna be back there tomorrow for kasi Saturday pa lang dito sa California. Alam kong Sunday morning na sa Pilipinas. But tomorrow, Sunday, dito naman, I'll be back there also. So, Pao, kung wala kang magawa, punta ka lang. Pier 70 in San Francisco.
All right.
Pier
the Bay Area.
70.
Yes, 70.
Text kita.
70.
Guys, tapos click ko pa pala yung mga nag-hi sa atin para
Sige.
matuwa naman
All
sila.
right. And then we can go to our
Ang cute naman ang name.
Pom-pom.
Pom-pom, good morning.
Yes, good morning. And then si Dade Love. Good morning.
Michael.
Good morning rin sa'yo.
Jason Vergara. Padayon lang po. Yes.
Yeah. Uy, meron tayong viewer from Canada. Si DJX. Chong.
Hello.
Hello, DJ X. All right.
Meron si Felicito, Madam Ba.
Yes. Yan, sabi niya.
From Mandaluyong, pa-shout out. Hello, good morning.
Beatles, dahil ba Beatles isa sa favorite band mo? Or like, wala na?
Beatles sila.
Share mo yung favorite song mo. And then si Renan.
High five.
Pray.
Pray. Okay, pray.
May lamok
Alam
na.
ko high five.
May
lamok.
Ay.
Our dear Eileen. Heart.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Eileen.
We miss you.
From Taiwan pala si Dade Love. Oh, hi, Dade.
Thank you.
Hello.
Minsan pag nag-fly ako papuntang Philippines, may mga stopover kami dyan.
Sa Taiwan.
Kasi pag minsan mas mura yung connecting flight. Yeah, so yeah.
May isang Rio dun sa nila.
Oh, yeah.
Airport.
Oo. Na-experience ko na rin yung Rio na part nila. Support Alab Assembly. Thank you. Thank you
guys.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Active na mga viewers natin today, ha?
Sana lahat
Alright.
hindi ng naglalaban. Sabi ni Jason.
Jason.
Yes,
Sana all. Ganon.
Sana all.
Ipapainin natin as best as we can, di ba? Para naman makita nila na gamot talaga yung halaman, hindi yung stereotypes.
Alrighty. So, magbalik tanaw tayo from last week's chikahan. So, we talked about addiction and connection and yung importance talaga ng pagko-connect natin, yung the importance of coming together and helping each other out, yung ganon. So, I wanted to follow up on that and we'll go a little bit deeper into bridging the gap. So, paano tayo how will we follow through with a connection? How will we follow through with getting a healthier outcome?
Yeah, because I think connection in terms of communication, whether it's language or body language, like vocal or body, it really matters on how we connect with other people. Kasi iba-iba rin yung mga tao, no? Like, mga coach minsan.
And how you say it too.
Yes, that's
I think that's also very important. That's very true. Yung tono mo, di ba?
Yeah.
Like yung tono mo parang, I'm sorry, pero parang galit pa din. Sorry, parang hindi naman
sincere. Yung shinare ni Pao dati na when it comes to, let's say, when you want to say something but it feels so serious, like, she approaches, yung tone niya is comedic. Kaya niya gawing comedic yung approach niya in terms of tone and language. Para, di ba, no? Icebreaker. Para kahit malalim yung gusto mong iparating, you can tread lightly, you can say.
Parang,
comedy makes things lighter.
Yes.
Di ba nga, laughter is the lube to life.
may nag-comment nun dati.
Right. So, yeah. So, all right. So, I know when we fall through difficult times, pag tayo mismo may mga pinagdadaanan tayo, I think for me personally, ang una kong reaction ay lumayo sa tao. Pag may dinadamdam ako or may painful sa akin, that's the first thing I do. Gusto kong lumayo, ayokong makipag-usap sa ibang tao, ayokong makinig sa ibang tao, ayoko munang makihalubilo.
Nagsa-shutdown, kumbaga.
Nagsa-shutdown ka talaga. You build walls around other people. So, how about you guys? When you're going through difficult times, ano ba yung number one? What are what you experience when you go through these difficult times?
Difficult times. Well, siguro at first, parang kung masyadong mabigat na gusto kong i-deny, I'll keep myself busy. So I won't think about it. But at the same time, of course, I need to find a time to really think about it. But I want to process it. Parang ganun. Siguro kailangan din at some point na mag-isolate ka rin. For me, that's how I do it too. Like, I have to connect with myself first. Kumbaga, yes, connection is very important, connecting with other people, but it's also very important to connect with myself first when it comes to like having that heavy, parang may kinakadya kang mabigat.
Yeah.
Ako naman, sa experience ko naman is pareho kay Sky. I remove myself from the social scene. Talaga, parang wala akong ganang makipag-usap sa kahit kanino. And then, there was one time na I even deleted my social accounts, Facebook, Instagram, for 1 year. Remove ko kaya nga binuksang, actually yung Facebook ko, hindi ko siya dinelete. Parang log out talaga ako. Tapos dinelete ko yung app sa phone ko para hindi ko siya na-access. Tapos, after 1 year, nakita ko yung mga messages ng birthday ko. Nag-reply ako, thank you. Sabi ng kabarkada ko, pang 1 year na to. Sabi ko, ay sorry, hindi kasi ako nag-check. Ayun, yun, ganun yung first step. Na-realize ko yun. Parang, ganun pala ako. I would always remove myself from the social scene. And then, yun nga, kay Julie naman is I would focus on myself. Tapos, hanggang sa na-realize ko na nag-retail therapy ako. Tapos, pero hindi ako yung talaga nag-splurge siya.
Shopping.
Hindi, retail therapy kasi nagpupunta lang ako ng mall, lakad-lakad. Pag may nagustuhan ako, bibilin ko. Pero hindi yung todo splurge.
Parang something just to reward yourself. I guess, let's say you really have a tough day, but you've been working so hard also, maybe.
Yung tipong, feel kong kumain na ng milk tea, mag-milk tea nga ako. Yung mga ganun ba? Kasi,
share ko lang pala kasi when it comes to difficult situations, when I was, kasi through the years, natututo rin tayo sa mga experiences, you can say. Siguro yung meron akong past experiences na when I'm in a difficult situation and then I feel like I opened up to this person, but then ako lang siguro yun na may fault din ako kasi alam mo yung masyado kang nag-isip about it and then you overthought about something. But at the same time, I feel like nilayo ko talaga rin yung sarili ko sa feeling kong hindi naman nakakatulong sa akin sa sitwasyon ko. Let's say nag-open up ako with someone, but then I felt like parang
walang sense.
Oo, parang
walang connection.
Nothing came back to me na parang valuable that can help me, you can say. Pero actually, I guess learning experience ko yun na sana hindi ko kinot off yung connection, you can say, the gap, you can say, na nag-create ako ng gap kasi I felt like, ay, hindi niya ako naintindihan or something. But in reality, di ba, dapat hindi ko naman binigay sa tao na yun yung burden to understand me. Because iba-iba nga rin yung tao, iba-iba yung mga pinagdadaanan. So that's something I learned too, na hopefully when we're facing difficult situations, we just don't necessarily like cut off people for good because sometimes maybe overwhelmed lang tayo ng emotions natin at that very moment. Yun lang. And you have to like really just, after you realize things, hopefully you realize things for the better, hindi for the worse. You know?
At least my turning point.
Yeah, I guess there's also the judgment also if this person is really good for me. Then, I think we have to distance ourselves, permanently, but always have what's the word that we how to protect yourself. Wait, what word was that?
Boundary.
Boundaries. We should have boundaries, right?
Yeah.
All right. So when you're feeling down and blue, how do you talk to yourselves? Like, ano yung mga pumapasok sa isip nyo pag medyo depressed kayo or medyo nahihirapan kayo sa buhay or you're not in a good situation? Ano yung mga sinasabi nyo sa sarili nyo? Like, what goes on in your head? How do you speak to yourselves? How do you communicate with yourself? Kasi sabi nyo nga, you always look within. Diba?
Yeah.
Paul and Julie.
We have to be kind to
So
ourselves.
how does that process start?
Mahirap. Kasi nauuna parati yung initial reaction mo eh. Halimbawa ako, iiyak muna ako.
Helpful yun, helpful.
Oo, iiyak ko muna. As in, okay, ayun. Yun yung una kong, inaano ko sa sarili ko. I would allow myself to cry for X amount of minutes or hours.
Somehow that the stereotype that sometimes even with men, they feel like parang dapat di sila umiyak, ganyan. But like that's another stereotype na men don't cry because sometimes letting it out talaga is really helpful no matter what gender you are.
It's a form of release, I would say. Crying just lets it out. Ilalabas mo yung sama loob mo. And you feel better, di ba?
Oo, you feel better. Kasi parang, yung feeling ko minsan, kapag yung bawa, iiyak ako, no? And then, todo iyak.
Yung ugly cry.
Yeah, yung ugly cry. And then, it was like, pow! Lahat ng, tas ilalabas ko din, like, verbally, yung mga, why did you do this? Why did you even think about that? Yung mga ganon, parang, what is your reason? Isn't it you already told yourself that you're not gonna do this and that? Yung ganon. And then after nun, I feel physically exhausted. And then after that, gutom na ako.
Kain mo na lang.
Tapos kakain ako. And then nandun pa rin yung, there's this, the negative feeling is like still lingering somewhere. Sabi, whatever, tama na. And then I would pray after that.
Let it go.
And then I would just like let it go. Like, you know what? This is waste of my time. If I look back like 5 years from now, itatawa ko lang to. And true enough, it happens.
Yeah.
Maano mo rin naman.
Sabi nila, faith is about letting go. Belief is more on clinging to it. So it's good. After you realize what you needed to realize, then you let faith out.
Yeah. Yun, siguro over time, until now, I'm still learning how to let go. Kasi minsan may control issues din ako.
Ano ata yung daily practice? Letting go is like a daily practice.
Oh,
yeah.
I agree. Pero
I think I'm in the other spectrum. Sometimes I find myself in the other spectrum of things. Like I just let go in a snap. Like, and it kind of surprises me. Is it because I'm so easy to let go, or is it I don't really care? So I don't know. Sometimes I have to balance it also.
You have to balance it also.
Kasi ano yun, like sentiment. Minsan may mga times na yung, di ba, sometimes sentimental tayo sa isang bagay.
Yeah.
Ilulugan mo din ba yung...
Yeah. Iba naman, tapo na yan. Hindi ko na kailangan yan. Parang, alam mo yun. So, you just have to find the balance between the two.
Kasi may ganyan din ako. Kaya nga siguro yung feeling ko na like, may mga past times na feeling ko nga na parang, sige, let go ko na lang yan. Pero, in a sense na, ay, dapat pala in-approach ko in a different way. You get what I mean? By the way, sabi ni Eric pala, share ko lang sa inyo with regards to what we were talking about. Yung paano mo i-handle yung sarili mo in a difficult situation or something. Sabi niya, humarap. Okay, humarap. May correct, ano yan, connection. Humarap, nasa na yung sa salamin. Humarap, nasa salamin. Kumbaga, parang, di ba, like, tingnan mo talaga yung, kumbaga, ang point is, look at yourself, tingnan mo talaga yung. Yeah. Sabi pala ni Jason, nung nag-lockdown, smoke lang po, tapos sound trip. Tulog, repeat. Maganda nga yan. Pero pag minsan may responsibilities ka, di ba? Kailangan na rin gawin yung responsibilities.
Maligo ka.
Kasi baka mo yung mga nega sa paligid mo, lalo ka lang may stress. Yes. Kaya think positive lang po. Everything's gonna be alright.
That's right.
That's true naman. That everything's gonna be alright. But yes, although, di ba, may mga tao talagang balance yan eh. There's always positivity, there's always negativity. Kumbaga, if there's a negative situation that's happening to your life, yes, it is kind of stressful, but sometimes you have to deal with it also.
Yeah.
Just to get it over with, just for your own growth na rin.
But let's go to the other extreme of things. Like, may makilala ako na hindi sila makalabas dun sa sitwasyon na yun, sa whatever they're in. Parang na-stuck na sila dun sa malungkot na sitwasyon na yun, sa mahirap na sitwasyon. Parang hindi nila malayo yung sarili nila sa ganon. So, I know we have friends like that who have just a difficult time and are falling into depression, anxiety, especially with the pandemic last year. Alam ko madaming nagbago. So how do we help our friends that we know who are just having a hard time getting up from where they are? Do you have any friends or any techniques you can share to help connect to our friends and our family who need help?
Ako I keep it very simple. Like parang kumakausap ako ng bata. Like, pero,
yung humor pa rin.
Humor, gano'n. Tapos, sabihin ko na, uy, nangyari? Ganun lang ako.
Simple. I like that. Simple.
Yeah, very simple lang. Tapos,
very direct approach. You know what I mean?
Simple with a smile, but with a agenda. With an agenda.
Pag cannabis user yung friend ko, easier yun kasi, like cannabis helps you
open up
and process yourself better. So, yeah, I'll be like, uy, smoke tayo. Then,
smoke muna tayo, guys. Bago ako mag-spill the tea. Smoke muna tayo.
Relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, and all that, cannabis really helps you calm down and open yourself more. Especially when the person is in front of you is being authentic and vulnerable at the same time. So, yeah, ganon. But kunyari, let's say non-smoker yung friend ko, then I guess I'd be like, hey, concerned lang ako, I'll still, yun yung mas gusto kong mapakita sa kanya na if ever my questions are a bit off for you, sorry, concerned lang talaga ako, but I'm really here for you as a friend. Parang, by the way, for comedic lang, bigyan mo ng salamin. Joke lang. Candy train, salamin po namin basag. Baka may cellphone ka, reflector.
Tama.
Okay, parang if I share the same humor with the person, I would say mas easier yun eh. And then I would send, like funny videos from Instagram or anything that would distract him or her. And then, tapos minsan, okay, baka ma-misinterpret ako ng ibang tao dito ngayon. Pero minsan, kapag sobrang close ko, baka best friend ko, pipintasan ko siya. Sabihin ko, "Uy girl, ano yung suot mo? Di ka naman ganyan dati." Yung ginaganon ko siya.
Kayo level of closeness yun
Oo,
eh.
yun naman yun. Iba naman na yun pag yung level of closeness. Like, I get personal talaga.
Yeah.
And mas direct to the point na ako kapag close
Yeah.
na ako dun sa tao. Hindi na
How
yung parang,
direct is direct though? Like, you know,
Oo.
like how do you approach it?
I guess yun yung inopen up niya na, "Uy, girl."
Like,
Oo.
why depressed ka ba today?
Pero-
Ganon.
Hindi naman. Sabihin ko sa kanya, halimbawa, may, okay, example. Sabihin ko, "Oh, nangyari sa'yo. Pangit ng makeup mo ngayon."
Di ba? Or something.
Kasi, ang tinitry ko lang i-point out is, maganda ka, may makeup ka, pero iba yung aura mo. Siyempre, nag-react siya sa akin. I mean, what do you mean? Mga ganyan siya. Sabihin sa akin, sama mo, napapintasera mo. Hindi ko sinasabi yung physical, mo. Nasabi ko, ang pangat ng aura mo ngayon. Hindi bagay sa makeup mo. Anong problema mo ngayon? Tara, usap tayo.
So that's how you spot
Or
your
it's
friends who
different pa
are
rin
in
yung
need,
approach.
sa tingin mo?
Ano yan, Sky?
So that's how you spotted that you think she needs help. Like, she looked a little off. So ano ba yung mga, like, other changes? For me, I had a friend, this was a decade back na. I think behavioral changes are key also, like with our friends, na before, mahilig sila mag-party, mahilig silang magchikahan, and then biglang, nag-iba na yung behavior niya. Di na ako kinakausap, wala na siyang kinakausap sa mga classmates namin. And then, the next thing you know, he was unreachable. So, it's also good to identify ano ba yung mga things that we have to watch out for sa mga friends natin. Siyempre, concerned din tayo sa kanila. Right? So, what are cues in order to, kind of judge that our friends are not doing too well?
Well, pag nag-isolate na to the point na parang, ano na nangyayari dito sa kanya?
Yeah. And then also, since we're in the digital age na, people tend to, overshare on social media. And then, minsan, sasabihin natin, "Uy, nakita mo ba yung post ni ano? Ano nangyayari?" Yung ganon. Tapos magme-message na, "Ikaw message mo, tingnan mo na nangyayari."
Parang
Yun.
just siguro the aura will also say, lalo na pag in person, like, yung vibe ba, di ba? You kind of feel it, especially if you know very well yung tao na yun, you know very well that person, like how he or she acts, di ba? Tapos medyo unusual na parang malungkot siya tingnan lagi, di ba? Parang gano'n, you would kind of feel it then.
Yeah.
The established connections that you already have with that person. So, yeah. So, by the way, sabi pala ni Jason, tulog na daw muna siya, kakauwi niya ng night shift siguro.
Thank you, Jason.
Salamat.
Yes.
Pero kayo, paano nyo ina-approach paano nyo na-detect?
For me, sa mga friends ko, like in the since I'm a allied medical professional, I think one of the things I ask my friends is, kamusta tulog nyo? Insomnia ka ba? For me, that tells me a lot about how you're functioning as an adult, how much sleep you get. So, sabihin nila, Sky, hindi ako makatulog sa gabi. Bakit? So, pag-usapan natin. So, for me, I like to approach my friends in a very physical way. Like sabi mo nga, di ba, umiyak ka lang, kumain ka lang, okay ka na. Di ba? In a sense of a word, parang ginamit yung physical mo, inayos mo muna, tapos medyo gumanda na yung pakiramdam mo.
Yeah.
So, for me, kung medyo, for me, ang hirap, hindi ako sanay mag-direct sa tao eh. For me, mahihayin ako in a sense of a word.
Yeah.
Pero, yun, I always ask them about their physical health. Doon ako nagsisimula. So, kamusta yung physical health mo? Kumakain ka ba ng tama? Natutulog ka ba ng tama? Kamusta sa trabaho? I mean, have you been working well? And then, doon na sila nag-open. Oo, nahihirapan ako ganito. I'm gaining weight.
Yeah.
Tapos ang BP ko. So, parang, bakit? So, doon ko siya na try to connect. And then that's when how's your mental health? Kamusta yung pag-iisip mo? I mean, do you worry a lot? Do you think of bad negative thoughts a lot? So parang dun ko siya na-integrate.
Yes.
So I guess in my profession, nag-help siya to train me to do
How
that.
you're connecting.
How I approach my friends. So guys, if I ask you, kamusta tulog nyo?
Nako, sister!
So yun
Speaking of
yun.
that, may adult, may adult person, actually elder na siya, na puti kanina, and then his complaint was that, sabi niya, like, I noticed that, because of age, I guess, like, I have insomnia now. So, I don't know if that's also, like, minsan iniisip ko kasi na parang, with age also, di ba, alam mo yung dumadagdag din yung thoughts natin.
Yes.
Like, as adults, like, sa totoo lang, we don't really notice it, but usually we have constant thoughts. It's just that, diba, like, we just choose which ones to focus on, basically. Hopefully, we have that control. Kasi yung wala ng control sa utak nila, yung utak nila yung nagko-control sa kanila. Majority. But, kumbaga, yung matanda na yun, naisip ko tuloy dahil ba sa age? Kaya, insomnia? Or,
Yes. I mean, I think what I'm asking is more of the quality of sleep. Kasi totoo naman talaga, as we age talaga, nag-iba yung sleeping patterns natin. Like yung lolo ko, naalala ko, like 2 a.m., gising na siya, nanonood ng TV. Sabi ko, ba't ka gising? Hindi siya makatulog. But I think it just boils down to the quality of sleep. Na tipong paggising mo ba, refreshed ka ba? Paggising mo ba, feeling mo ba na this is a new day, new opportunities to do good things? Or when you wake up in the morning, ito na naman tayo.
But you know what? The sleep really matters. Kasi, no, pag pangit yung tulog mo, pag gumising ka, parang pagod na pagod ka pa rin.
Sakit sa ulo.
Diba? Tapos, it kinda, yun nga, when you feel uncomfortable, it kinda affects your mood.
That's right. That's right.
Kaya dahil parang kulang sa tulog, ganito, ganyan, iba yung mood nila. But, like, when you have good sleep, di ba, parang beauty rest pa nga yung tawag ng mga iba dun pag maganda talaga yung tulog mo. Kasi talagang, you feel refreshed in the morning or something like that.
Like, it's very light yung feeling.
Yes,
pero guilty naman din ako minsan kapag yung gigising na ako, tapos Monday.
Parang puyat pa.
Gusto ko tulad. Pero iba naman. That's a different story. But,
Monday blues mo yun. So that's why, if we look at people na may mental issues, let's say, sabihin natin depression. So, ang mga symptoms ng depression is kapaguran, walang gana sa buhay, ayaw makipag-usap ng tao, disconnected. It sounds like, so do you think, so now that we know that with exercise, good sleep, number one, you feel better in the morning. So my question is, if you're depressed, I mean, would eating junk food or sleeping late or would help your condition?
Aggravate the sadness that you feel. Because, like your body also interacts. So, yun nga, na parang, di ba, pag masama yung pakiramdam mo physically, apektado yung mood mo. Apektado yung thought process mo, irritable ka.
Like, you tend to focus more on the negative stuff.
Diba? But, I really, have big respect to people who has experienced depression and they really help themselves.
Yes.
Sila talaga they had the will to help themselves because sometimes some people just give up sa sarili nila, which is really sad. Which is why good support system is very important to help you get out of that state also. But ultimately, you have to help yourself. Ikaw talagang willing. Para talagang pagbabagong mangyayari.
Yeah. You have to have a strong will to help yourself. Kasi yes, you have all these type of resources. You have this really strong support system from your friends and family or sometimes co-workers din. Pero kung papasok sa isang tenga, lalabas din sa wala ring use yun. So, if it's up to you kung ano yung to filter out the stuff that you want to hear. Pero sana you have this no decision for yourself na no, I want to be better. I want to be a better person, like better version of myself. Kasi ang mahirap talaga na gigising ka sa umaga, tas iiyak ka. Naranasan ko yun eh.
Yeah, I had that too.
Yeah, parang alam mong gising ka na, like, tapos I don't wanna open my eyes yet, pero the tears are like starting to na, like, oh my gosh, ito na naman. Ayun.
Yeah, it's really hard kasi talaga. Like, personal experience, it's really hard to be depressed and to be eaten by depression. But I really understand because naintindihan ko talaga na minsan ang hirap-hirap. That's why talaga I'm really thankful that I have a good community. Like I have you guys, and then I have my family. I have people who really do care, and that really counts, diba? That
That's
really
right.
will help us also. So yeah, yun nga, importante talaga yung communication, Sky, na if you
Yes.
if I continue just feeling alone and not reaching out, you get what I mean? Some people, they
Mhm.
just shut down and they don't reach out at all,
Mhm.
and then mas nakakasama sa kanila. That's why if ever you are going to connect and communicate something very very personal for you, like communicate it with your very very good friends, because it will help you get out of that depression state as well once you have that um, good people surrounding you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the rat park theory?
Rat,
It's
RAT?
rat park. The rat park.
Not yet.
No,
So
excited.
this is actually a research done decades back by scientists.
Mm-hmm.
They have rats isolated, and
Oh, rats talaga. Okay, yeah.
they give water and cocaine in their water. So one is just water, one is cocaine.
You
So
probably went
when
to
the mice were all isolated,
the
they always choose the cocaine water until they just every single day they choose the cocaine until they overdosed and then they died.
They died. Okay.
All right. So the next theory was, sabi niya, we'll change the environment. So the rats, they put in a rat park
Okay.
where they
Yeah.
can play, where they
Did
can
they make
eat.
did they make a mini park or something for
Yeah,
rats?
yeah, they can even have sex, multiply, anything they want.
There's a
Bahala
community.
sila. And they also had the water and they had the cocaine water.
Yeah.
And every single time they would choose water. They'll even stay away from the cocaine water.
Oh,
When they
because
take
we're
it,
in a
they try
community.
it because they were in a community. They have fellowship, they have connection, so they didn't really feel the need to
Oh.
drink the cocaine
Correct.
water. They just left it alone. Even if they did try it, hindi sila nag-overdose and they didn't die. There was no dying by overdose of cocaine in the rat park.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it just goes to show how important
Yeah.
the community was,
Yes.
you know,
Mm.
and how dangerous it is to be in isolation.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I
Sabi ng
know
iba,
sometimes
huwag ka
it's
na
hard.
dyan.
It's
Puro
hard,
na lang Ito na yung water na may drugs na ganyan. Ito lang. Sabi ng ate. Pero yeah, that's a really good realization because I believe talaga that nature is connected. How plants are connected to us humans. Like for example, yung fingerprints natin is like the trunk of the trees,
of
right?
the tree. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Or like kumbaga yung mga parte sa universe, mahahambing mo rin, or you can compare it to our inner parts as well. You get what I mean? Yeah, parang yung universal mathematics na yung branches, they look like veins, you can say, something like that.
yeah, like lungs.
Ah,
Like the trees look like the
ganda
lungs.
lang. Yeah.
Or like the universe, what do you call that? Like the Milky Way or something. They kind of look like your eyes too. You get what I
Yeah.
mean? Like parang may ganun siyang you can connect it in that sense.
So we're
So
all connected.
yes, we're all connected in that sense. And then yung surats ba, that's a good representation
Mhm.
of how a community can affect one's behavior also. and then
Mhm.
how a community can save that person from overdosing. You can say, di ba,
Yeah.
yung daga man lang, like, yeah, that
Yeah.
story.
And
But
just being out there too
uh,
is that's a great way of explaining how being out there, like, just taking that baby step of like getting outside
taking a
from
walk
your door.
around the
Oh
block.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just one block, yung para lang ano mo lang, it is really healthy for mental health,
Yes.
yung
Fresh
ganun.
air.
Nakakatulong naman talaga siya.
Although,
So
guys, sa Pilipinas, medyo may taboo pa ba na pag if you seek mental health ay parang ano siya baliw ganyan kasi you
yeah.
sought mental health. 'Di ba minsan may mga ganong what like
Yes.
stereotype or something sa Philippines ba which keeps people from reaching out when they need help kasi they feel like oh
Mm.
husgahan lang ako ng
Yeah.
pamilya ko o ng friends ko.
Yeah, and
But
I think society also has
yeah,
a big part to play because
that's
I mean
true.
in society instead na i-welcome natin yung taong may problema lalo natin
It will make
pinagtatabuyan.
them feel safe to
Yeah.
at least open up and seek help. Parang
Mhm.
kasi syempre masakit ma-judge ng kaibigan mo, pamilya mo, and then
Yeah.
But buti na lang din na mas nagising din ako in a sense because here in California, medyo normalize siya in a sense na seek therapy if you have mental like mental health issues to the point na let's say kahit simple as you feel you're overwhelmed with sadness. It may
Oo.
not be depression, but you're overwhelmed with sadness. You can already seek mental health here na may
Mm.
counselor ka, which is hindi ka naman hinuhusgahan ng mga tao. They
Mhm.
actually
Yeah.
want you to talk about it to a professional
To a
who can help
professional.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
Oo.
I think we also for me in my experience since I'm around allied health professionals all the
Yeah.
time and what kind of people are seeking help. I think in my practice I think the LGBT community are sila talaga yung mga nangangailangan ng services
Mm.
in my opinion. Kasi ang hirap ng pinagdadaanan nila na yung mga
Oo.
ibang doctors mismo, sarado pa yung isip nila in a sense of the word na alam hindi na intindihan yung transgender, trans ganon, daming mga pronoun. Alam, iba-iba na
Oo.
ngayon eh. So for me, I have a coworker who has a daughter who has is a transgender and
Diyan.
she's having such a hard time really looking out for services that cater to
Mm.
her needs. So I think we also have to, kasi now it's just everybody's just so distant from each other. Lahat tayo, oh, ikaw ganyan ka, dun ka. Ikaw pula ka, eto
Exactly. Because
asul ka.
we
Alam mo,
got we got
itong
to
party mo,
separate.
Aso
yellow ka, 'di ba? So,
ah.
we're also distancing each other.
Mhm.
We're all labeling each other and
Yeah,
all
labeling. I was gonna say that.
distancing each other from each. So, parang society right now is just it's hard to find help. It's hard to unify each other,
Mhm.
because everybody has their own beliefs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everyone has a different background on how they were raised, which is like sometimes we learn that the hard way na minsan, 'di ba, we get treated badly by someone who we thought who who has the same values or morals as we, pero iba pala. Ganon. Something like that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
parang
Yeah.
how do you actually approach that naman pag ganon yung nangyayari?
Yung
Yun din.
alin,
Yeah, let's say like someone you knew na someone hurt you in a sense na dun sa huli mo na realize na ay hindi pala kami pareho ng binabagyong morals and all that.
Yes.
ah,
Mga ganun, di ba?
oo.
Siguro
And
parang
yun.
agree to disagree, let it go. And then
Alam mo, parang
boundary.
in relationships, parang I've experienced that in relationships. Parang okay lahat. Okay lahat. Um, Magka-vibes kami, we like the same things, pero iba yung morals namin, iba yung beliefs namin. Alam mo, akala ko pwede siyang palagpasin.
Oo,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like, ang tigas ng ulo ko eh. Sabi ko, no, it doesn't care, it doesn't matter. But for me, naisip, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, are values and
Hindi
morals really
basta yung
important
mirror.
to me?
Hindi
Ano
Yun.
you
So I
aligned.
had,
said, sorry.
ha?
What did you say in front of the mirror?
So I had to really ask myself, are
Yeah.
morals really important? Ano ba talaga, relationship ko na to or yung moral standings ko?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yung
And
moral
whatever
standings
your
ko yung
decision
nanalo.
is, no one can judge you for choosing
Ha?
what. Kunyari, you chose this or that, you know. For me, whatever your decision is, kung pagdating doon, let's say, did you continue the relationship with that person or did you value your morals more? But in a sense na whatever the decision is na pinili mo, ultimately, it should be just understood by the other party and respected.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
But but going back to the story, morals yung nanalo sa storya.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so
How
yun,
do you feel about it after?
and I think I felt relieved. It was a chip off my shoulder that I don't have, I can be more of myself.
Yeah.
You're not hiding anything. You're not trying to change yourself for somebody else.
Yeah.
And
Moral compass talaga, no?
moral compass. And,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right now in this day and age, I feel like we're all getting lost. All our moral compasses are kind of,
Yeah.
pointing to different directions.
Shake yung ano.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, what helps you stay focused, stay pointing north?
You have to have
Mm.
time na for yourself to meditate on those things. Na ano yung priorities mo talaga, ano yung binavalue mo talaga, so that you can also distinguish yung boundaries na
Mhm.
ibibigay mo per situation, per person, ganyan. Kasi, like, it's true you cannot please everyone, you know.
Oo.
So, at the same time, may ganun siya, may trade-off ang mundo, 'di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So, just pick the ones that you know na yun ang priority mo na binavalue mo. 'Di ba? If you
Mhm.
really prioritize your morals, then good, 'di ba? There's nothing bad about that. Pero pag pina-prioritize mo yung lying, cheating, 'di ba? Iba yun. But, yeah, and that's part of self-discovery also, which
Mm-hmm.
we also discussed previously.
Mhm.
Ano. And
Yeah.
part of that is also you being vulnerable to yourself, courageous enough to accept the truth
Mhm.
na, which you need to reflect on.
Ako
All
naman
right.
parang I would question myself na parang, am I compromising my true self to something or with someone?
Oo.
Tapos kapag medyo off yun, ah,
You'd pick your true self.
yeah, dun na ako parang
Bye,
medyo
Teresa.
liliko na ako. Parang 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 titignan ko din muna yung pros and cons. Tapos parang sabihin ko, parang hindi siya aligned sa akin
Mm-hmm.
and ayokong mawala yung respeto ko dun sa tao and
Narinig ko sa
rinerespeto ko
inyo.
yung rinerespeto ko pa rin naman yung opinion nila, yung ganyan. Pero magiging civil ako sa
Mm-hmm.
kanila. Yeah.
Nadi-distinguish mo na yung boundary.
Oo. So, yun, yung being civilized na parang dun ko nasi-set yung boundaries ko sa kanila. Yung parang, I
Alright.
see you, I hear you.
I still
Ganon.
respect you, but
Ah,
hanggang dito lang. Yeah.
parang, joke lang.
Yeah.
So,
Yun.
if we were gonna bridge the gap, okay,
Mm.
if we can go back in time and see
Yeah.
yourself at 16 years old and get to talk to
Oh,
your 16-year-old version of yourself, what
that's
would
a
you
good
say to
question.
yourself?
Parang kami sa
I saw this like a tweet, and so I'm putting it out here.
16, ako po, pasaway.
Julie, let's start with you. What would you say to your 16? What would you, if you were in front of your 16-year-old you, what would you do?
Mahirap yung question mo.
You can walk away. You can always walk away. You can just say,
Bye.
I'm not gonna mess about.
Ano?
What
Yan
would
lang.
you advise your 16-year self you, or say, or whatever?
Ano, kumbaga, para sa akin, ang masasabi ko sa sarili ko, sa 16 years old self ko is, ultimately, your growth, your happiness,
Mm.
it all depends on you, but you also ultimately uh, will have to love yourself to the point that you are whole with or without anyone. You're not dependent on anyone para sa happiness mo, sa joy mo, sa kahit, di ba? Like,
Tama.
'cause at the end of it, when you're whole and you find someone who's whole, then that's the, ano ba, the ultimate love in a sense that you're together. You can live without each other. I can live without you. But I'm here because it's for the genuine. We're here because we're genuinely, um, we
Mm.
genuinely want to help each other grow, and then yeah, kumbaga you surround yourself with good people.
Mm.
It's not about like having friends to just hang out with also. It's about having friends who will really understand you to the fullest, love you to the fullest, and at the same time, you do the same to them. So yeah, I would probably tell myself that to emphasize more on those things, being
Mm.
whole, and the unconditional love. It starts with yourself first before you can actually give it to others.
Mm.
Kasi I think yun yung nawala sa akin nung bata ako. Kasi in the Philippines, sadly, wala masyadong talk about when I was 16 years old. Wala akong talk about, those things, courage, vulnerability,
Mm.
the gift of, I guess,
Support, parang
not
gano'n.
just support yung being alone is a place to grow also. Because I always wanted
Mm.
to be with friends when I was young.
Mhm.
But in reality, not a lot of my friends who I was friends with when I was young are still here in my life, diba? So, those things pa na, yeah, I guess yun. Like, gets you naman. I don't want to over-explain, but yeah, I'll tell
Ah.
myself that. How about you guys?
Ikaw, Pao.
Ako, 16 years old.
Yeah, pa, wala.
Ah. Dami kong kalokohan. Kilalang-kilala ako ng principal.
Ano?
Ay.
But
I was there
anyway,
too.
what I would tell sa 16-year-old Paula is, don't worry too much if you're kung lagi kang pinapagalitan ng teachers dahil maingay ka at makulit ka. Kasi there is a reason behind that kung bakit ka parating masayahin, kung bakit ka parating palatawa. Kasi kapag tumanda ka, may mga tao na kailangan yung ganyan mong energy. And stay true to yourself kahit weirdo talaga yung tingin sa'yo ng ibang tao. And yun ang siguro yung sasabihin ko sa sarili ko. Tsaka kung 16 ako niyan, sasabihin ko din sa kanya na, don't worry, gagraduate ka.
You can do it.
You will get your... Don't worry, gagraduate ka.
Time travel talaga ako. Aalamin ko yung lotto numbers nung 16 years old ako. Julie, yung lotto
The future yan, ah.
Yan. Oo.
Yun ang sabihin ko.
Tapos sasabihin ko rin na paglaki mo Alab Assembly.
You're gonna be a stoner when you get old.
16 ako, nag-chunky na ako. So, I think
That's from me, maybe.
marirealize mo ang medical benefit niya. Kasi pag bata ka, madalas pag ganyang edad, I was exposed to it to the point kasi sa parties, meron, ganyan. I wasn't really looking for it. It just came to my life like a normal thing growing up somehow. But part pa yun ng mga parang recreational exploration, di ba? Ganon. But in reality, Julie, you will realize that all use is medical, which is really true.
Isa pa pala, sorry, I forgot. Kasi 'di ba sa Philippines naman okay lang naman na uminom kapag medyo
Oo.
matanda ka na, ano. Sabihin ko rin sa sarili ko na, sige
Dahan-dahan
lang, inom ka lang.
lang.
Early 30s mo, hindi ka naiinom.
Sasawa ka din.
Magsasawa ka rin.
For
Yun
me
lang.
naman, if I would
Ikaw?
see my 16-year-old self, actually, this question minumuni-muni ko na siya kanina eh.
Mm.
Prepare mo.
So,
Kami pala yung
prepared mo, sorry. But ito yung hindi prepared. So I think I'll tell my 16-year-old self, number one is only smoke the good shit. So only smoke the good cannabis, okay? Don't smoke the other stuff. Sorry.
You will meet someone.
Alam ko kung kanino lang galing yun.
Yeah. So, it all worked out.
Yes.
Anyway, so I think, because I was thinking about it, sabi ko, will I warn myself of bad things that'll happen in the future?
Mm.
Don't go there. It's bad. Don't be with this person. It'll be bad. Don't
Ay, oo.
be friends with that.
In 2020, so he was a 16 years old self.
Sabi ko, may pandemic tayo. Don't stock up on TP, okay?
O di kaya.
Anywho, so I think I just might tell her at 16, just tuloy mo lang. Whatever you're doing, just continue. Because I realized like all the mistakes I've done made me who I am today. So I guess alam mo, may mga stuff talaga na I regret. I regret being in this relationship. I regret being, here at this time, going this time. Oo, totoo. Pero sabi ko, I know what a bad relationship now is.
Oo.
You know what I mean?
Diba?
That's why we really are passionate about having a good relationship because we know
Exactly.
how it feels like to be in a bad relationship.
So I have mataas siguro sabi mo that people think I'm a loner or something. I don't like being around people, which is partly true.
Yeah, it's really
I enjoy the time with myself.
I understand.
Pero siguro yung standard lang ng friendships ko when I got older, like mapili na talaga ako sa kaibigan na lalapitan ko. Like, you have to be wiser na din kung alam mong yung tao na to hindi nakakabuti sa akin. Like, siguro, I will decrease my presence in this life. Pero alam yun, like I said, we also have to, determine, right, how to bridge the gap. Diba?
Yeah.
What if this person really needs you in their life? Diba? What if you're the bridge?
Weigh it out to the point that you're not forgetting to take care of yourself also. Because sometimes some people get too toxic and then you get sucked in that toxic bubble. And then you forget to take care of yourself too. You're always dala-dala mo din yung burden na yun from that person. You get what I mean? So just remember to
Kasi constant yun sa isip
attachment, at some point, like attachment will get your energy. So sometimes you also have to practice detachment, and that is to recharge yourself, to get to know yourself better.
Spend time with yourself. I think, in this day and age, we always have to be doing something.
Self-reflect, parang ganun.
Like, lagi na, kailangan magbisi-bisihan palagi. Ang sarap kayang tumunganga lang, di ba?
Oo.
Di ba,
gusto ko yun. Yung feeling na nakagaya lang ako.
Wala kang time tumunganga, Julie.
Recently, kasi yung busy lang, like, ang dami na-edit, which is really also, I'm passionate about what I'm doing, so okay lang. Pero gusto ko rin yun yung tumutunganga lang. Hulo-hulo lang, Netflix.
Smoke na lang tayo, tas tunganga tayo together.
Kailangan ko ng time for that. Yeah. Self-care din yun. Yes.
All right. So I just want to show off, Julie, if you can kindly show. So I just want to show you this service in the Philippines now. So there's so much online help that we can access.
Yes, and we don't really have to believe
Uy, pero shout out naman natin konti yung hair ngayon ni Julie. Ang ganda kasi, di ba?
New hair. Summer.
Summer vibe.
Ang haba na kasi dati. Like, hindi ako nagpagupit for the whole pandemic, sa totoo lang. And then, alam mo na, like, hair damage, ganyan. So, sobrang haba na, tagal na. So, I'm like, okay, pagupit tayo. Summer hair.
I just cut my own hair.
Your
talaga?
hair is, haba na. Yeah, I
I
can't,
know.
know how to do this eh. So, nagpatulong ako sa friend ko na.
Ang linis ng side mo nandito, Sky. Ang ganda.
Oh,
Yung
she
isa,
made
yung
me.
dito.
Thank you.
Ang ganda.
Dito
Ang
lang yan sa
ano.
bahay. Dito lang yan. We're cheap like that.
Yes.
Just do it at home.
Oh,
YouTube nyo lang, oh.
Oo.
How to cut your hair. Ayan.
Anyway,
Thank you, Julie.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yes.
So, the
So,
setting,
yeah. So in the
um,
Philippines, may
therapy.
madami na tayong online presence if there's anyone you need to talk to, if there's any assistance you may require in the future. If you just, open communication with no judgment, they're here to help. So it's
Yep.
called therapy
Root
route. Can you go up?
out.
What's it called? I mean,
Find a
it's
therapist near you.
yeah, so it's
Ano ha? Here you
so
go.
yan, helpline.
Helplines in the Philippines. Hope line is what they
So,
call
so the Hope Line. So this is 24/7. So these are for, if you're in a crisis, if you have thoughts of self-harm, if you need help, mentally you're just not in a good place and you feel like you've lost all hope, there's a Hope Line. All right, so it's 24/7.
Mm.
I
So
guess
PLDT and Globe.
do you think the people who are on the other line are like psych majors, psychology,
Like, professional level.
doctors na talaga, may MD or something? Maybe, no?
I would assume they have some form of background
Or
and
training.
Or
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it'll be hard if a layperson would be doing this, right? It's
Yes.
Yeah.
Meron
yeah,
said
it's a lot of
science,
skill.
you know.
Yeah,
Okay, so the National Center for Mental Health Crisis online.
Yeah, I imagine these people who are doing this phone calls are, went into intensive training kasi they need to also know how to triage the calls kapag talagang
kung
very
sino unahin.
kung sino yung unahin.
Yes.
So yun. So it's
That's
for
good.
psychotherapies, counselors, kahit for counseling, psychologists, psychiatrists, mental health clinics,
Yeah. This
meron.
is nice
So
that we got to show this so people know. I actually didn't know na may ganyang hotline, di ba?
Oo nga.
So that's a good thing. Reach out talaga if you feel like you really need help. If you feel like you're out of control, that you can't really,
Mhm.
function in a setting.
adult world.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know if sorry kung this would sound naive, pero kasi nung nasa Pilipinas ako, ang alam ko lang hotline, Bantay Bata 163. Yun lang talaga yung alam kong hotline na when that
Bantay
is
Bata
close.
163, no?
Oo, na close sa mental health. Pero I'm happy na may ganito ng platform.
Ano yung hotline ng Jollibee? 87,000 ba yun? Jollibee delivery.
Effective talaga yan no?
Mga ganun, di ba? May mga
Kailangan effective, oo. Yung numbers kailangan accessible.
effective.
Mm-mm.
Even before, marami silang mga pinapaskel. Bantay Bata 163.
Bantay Bata 163. Yun lang alam ko nun.
May 911 na rin ba? Ay, alam ko, di ba?
Shakies yung number yata na Shakies.
Do they have? May 911 na ba sa Philippines?
May 911 na ba?
911, hindi ko sure.
Sa atin may 911.
Tagal na.
Tagal na.
Pero ano ba mga emergency numbers naman yan, di ba?
Yes.
Sa cellphone, di ba? Ay.
Guys, mag-click tayo ng mga comments.
Sabi ni June 911, sinabi ko number yun ng Shakies.
Oh, Shakies.
91111 naman yun. Pizza delivery.
Andun pa naalala pa natin. Speaking of commercials, sige, mamaya.
Sige, tingnan na.
Mo yan to. Sabi ni Yuri, me at 16, I live my life to the fullest.
Good for you, Yuri. Good for you. Sana all.
Erwin is waving. Hi, Erwin.
Hi, Erwin.
Nagba-bounce pa.
Fractals. Yeah. So fractals is like the universal language,
Yeah.
Fibonacci sequence. Yes. Ang fractals. din. And
Oh, Lawrence is here.
Lawrence, yes. Let me, hinahanap ko po ang comment ni Lawrence. Sorry po, medyo matagal.
Actually,
Ayun.
sa office na pa lang siya.
Hello, mga
Ayan.
ka-up. Hi,
Hello.
Lawrence. Hello. And then si Kana Train. Yo. Hi.
Yo.
Yes.
Yo.
Yes, I like it pa. Oh,
Bernard. Keep it up, guys. Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you sa support.
Thank you. Tapos yung tinanong ko pala about Beatles kanina. Sabi niya. Icon kasi ang Beatles. Yeah, totoo naman talaga. Icon naman talaga sila sa music. Oh, pero di ko na sila inabot. Yeah. Then, ano ba? Like, eto si Johnny. Bagong gupit, Miss Julie.
Yes.
Let's go.
Summer vibe.
Alright. And, sabi ni Arnel, magtibay. Kana ladies. Yes. Kana ladies.
Ladies.
A disclaimer po si Pau. Natural high lang yan.
Ay,
Yes.
Naturally high yan si Pau.
ako yung hype sa group namin. Yes, since nabanggit na rin, hindi ako gumagamit ng cannabis, pero I do support the advocacy of one of the advocacies of Alab Assembly is yun nga, yung cannabis and syempre mental health awareness. Pero yun. Pero naturally high ako.
Nakikita naman kasi ni Pao talaga yung medical benefits ng cannabis dito, lalo na sa California kasi legal na, and nakikita niya talaga sa mga...
And she's friends with us. So that's great.
Nagtaka pa kayo. Kaya ako nga sila kaibigan.
So thank you sa inyo.
Thank you.
And if anyone needs help with their mental state, or talagang gusto lang talaga nilang may makausap because they're so down, you can check out that website that we just showed a few minutes ago. Makakatulong po yun. No? And you also have to really talk to quality friends. And
That's right.
Minsan, yung mga super close natin, minsan we're going through something na mas hindi pa nila naiintindihan, maybe because they just never been in that kind of situation. So they can fully understand your situation. So, pwede pa rin naman tayo mag-reach out sa professional mental health hotline to really help us assess our mental state and how we can go over that bump in our
And
life.
move forward.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And nandito lang kami.
wonderful.
Yes.
And we are your happy pills.
And nandito lang
Yes.
tayo, Ménage, Trois. Always.
Yes.
Kasi this is kind of talk therapy rin for ourselves. It helps remind us of what is truly important as well. When we discuss something to you, we somehow internalize that too, na nakakatulong rin sa amin na when we vocalize what we also need to practice, develop, then nakakatulong din talaga siya. So that's what we're aiming for, na talagang nakakatulong hindi lang sa amin, pati na rin sa inyo, hopefully. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us today. And next week, magandang talakayan next week.
Gusto ko yan. Business-minded tayo next week.
Yes, we're gonna talk about the money involved with legalized cannabis. Kasi dito kami sa America, may mga parts na matagal na silang legal, and we're gonna look into their economy, and we're gonna see what they're doing with the cannabis tax that they're collecting, and we'll see the benefits of ano ba talaga yung
sa ekonomiya naman na
makakatulong
namin.
Yes. Ano ba makakatulong ng cannabis sa ating ekonomiya? Okay, how are we gonna earn from this? How are we gonna,
Ang daming matutulungan ng cannabis.
Marami magkakaroon ng trabaho.
Yung iba rin, they take advantage. But, I hope everyone who really are using or supporting the plant really sees how, like, ang unang pangirali natin is humility. Hindi, alam mo yun, like, we always come in a place of humility dahil naintindihan natin na katulad ng halaman, isang living thing here on earth, ganun din tayo, then we respect this as such, as how we want to be respected. You respect the plant too, you respect the other people, for in your life. So, yun lang naman. Kasi,
Morals. We're going
oh,
back to the
morals,
values.
bumalik
Morals
na
talaga ang importante.
Kala nyo, makakaligtas kayo?
Kala nyo,
Kala nyo,
Pero, yeah.
So, importante talaga yung moral sa buhay natin, no?
How we treat others, diba?
Oo, importante yun.
Yeah.
All right. So stay tuned next week. So next week we're gonna be back, California time 6 p.m. on Saturday, and then Philippine time Sunday at 9 a.m.
9
Catch
a.m.
us here at Alab Assembly.
Yeah.
Again, my name. Are we wrapping things up? Everything?
Yes.
Any announcements? Any other announcements?
Any other comments there who wants to
Any questions lingering?
Before we say our adieus?
Yes. I think we are all good. Sabi pala ni Jerry pala. So let me just shout out to Jerry. Mabuhay.
Mabuhay.
And then heart.
Thank you. Thank you, Jerry.
All right. So again, my name is Sky.
Pao.
Julie.
And we are
Ménage,
Ménage.
Thank you so much.
See you next week,
We'll see you again
guys.
this weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.